Welcome back to Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic has taken the field as head coach Joe Roberts and Tracy Archuleta exchange lineups for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Ross Partee on the mound for Armstrong Atlantic, 1-0 this season. Last year, Ross was one of the most dependable starters for the Pirates down the stretch. He was 7-5 with a 4.69 ERA, but he won his final 3 regular season starts and actually started the first game of the South Atlantic Regional up in Wilson, North Carolina for the Pirates. Ross gave up 108 hits in 94 innings last season, struck out 47, walked 27. But in that game against Georgia College, gave up just 1 earned run in 7 innings pitched against the Bobcats. And again on Friday, to open the season, he threw 7 strong innings in the Pirates' win over Florida Southern, 6-3. And he'll try and make it a second straight ranked opponent defeat as he takes on the number 6 ranked Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana. Defensively for the Pirates behind Partee, Derek Miller behind the plate, Kenny Cale at third, Juan Dorado at short, Carlos Cardoza-Oquendo at second, Joey Davis is at first, and in the outfield from left to right, Josh Wilson, Michael Price, and Nick Pyron. Ross Partee's warm-up toss is complete. We are ready to go with game number 2. Devin Bouvier steps in, the left fielder. Took the collar in game number 1, 0 for 5. Takes a first pitch strike from Partee, and we are underway in game number 2. Bouvier, the left-handed hitter, swings and misses at the pitch from Partee, and it's 0-2. Swinging a ground ball to short, Dorado up with it. Quick throw to first, and there's 1 down. So Partee sets down the first batter. Place, the first baseman, steps in. Place, the senior from Newburgh, Indiana, was 1 for 5 in game number 1. Hits a fly ball into right field. Nick Pyron moves to his left, makes the grab for out number 2. Quickly 2 down for the Screaming Eagles here in the top of the first. Wes Fink comes to the plate. He was all over the base paths in game number 1. He had 2 hits, also reached on an error, 2 for 4, officially. Had an RBI double in that game as well. He takes the first pitch from Partee high for ball 1. Another pitch, letter high strike this time. Brings the count to 1-1. Partee, a Vero Beach, Florida native, pitched at Indian River Community College before joining the Pirates last season. Delivers another strike, and it's 1-2. One-two pitch check, swinger right back to Partee. He will step and throw to first, and 1-2-3 go the Screaming Eagles in the top of the first. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Pirates coming to bat. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic will get its first look at senior right-hander Jeremy Kurt, 6'2", 195 pounds, from Plainfield, Illinois, Plainfield High School product. 6-0 a season ago for Southern Indiana. And he'll face Michael Price, Juan Dorado, and Josh Wilson to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Michael Price, the center fielder, comes to the plate 0 for 5 in game number 1. So both leadoff hitters for the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles found it tough going in our first contest. So Price now 3 for 17 on the young season. Left-hander, batting left-handed, the switch hitter against the right-handed Kurt. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. Kurt works from the stretch. The pitch is grounded in up the middle, and that's going to be an infield hit as the second baseman O'Hare backhanded it behind the bag at second, but would not have had a chance to get the speedy Price. And Michael Price leads off with an infield single here on the bottom of the first. Brings up Juan Dorado, the shortstop. 2 for 5 in game number 1 with a pair of singles. Also scored a pair of runs. Throw over to first. Price able to get back in time. Price is 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts this season. Pirates stole 2 bases in game number 1 against Southern Indiana. Dorado shows bunt, pitches a strike, and the count is 0-1. Another throw to first in the dirt. Nice block by Price. But Price is back safely. And then another throw over to first. So they're paying special attention to Price. The catcher Jarbo last year allowed 16 stolen bases and 21 attempts. Runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second is in plenty of time, and Price is out. 2-6. So all the attention paid to Price over at first by Kurt results in the caught stealing. And Dorado bats with the bases empty and the count of something. Pitch is a strike. And it's a 2-strike count on Dorado. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Keeps the count at 1-2. The 1-2 delivery again fouled back by Dorado. Final game of our 3-game series will take place tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pirates and the Screaming Eagles. Pirates facing their second consecutive top 10 ranked opponent last week. The Florida Southern Mocs were number 3 coming into Savannah. This week, Southern Indiana ranked number 6 after advancing to the national semifinals a year ago. Fastball grounded to third, but foul just behind the bag. We are just underway in the bottom of the first inning, actually. Game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana. Armstrong Atlantic took game number 1, 9-5. 2-2 delivery from Kurt is in the dirt, and it runs the count full. The payoff pitch swung on and popped foul right side, and it will get out of play and hit off a car. So again, the 3-2 delivery from Kurt swung on and grounded up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop, Fink. The throw is in time, and Dorado is out for the second out of the inning. Wes Fink at short dove to his left, picked it up, threw out Dorado, and there's 2 down for Josh Wilson, who is the hottest hitter for the Pirates right now. 2 home runs in game number 1, 4 runs driven in. Kurt's first pitch to him is swung on and lifted into right field. Coming on, though, and making the catch is Bouvier, and that retires the side. Armstrong Atlantic gets a hit, but nothing else, and we will go to the top of the second inning, scoreless between the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles. Top of the second inning we go. Armstrong Atlantic and Southern Indiana scoreless. Caleb Emke, the designated hitter for game number 2, faces Ross Partee. Emke, a junior from Waterloo, Indiana, takes the first pitch strike. Emke played last year at Arizona Western Community College. Partee's next pitch is low, and it's 1-1. Emke hit .244 with 8 RBIs in 34 games at Arizona Western a season ago. Partee's 2-1 pitch to Emke in the dirt for a ball, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is high for ball 4. So Southern Indiana gets its first base runner of the ball game. A leadoff walk issued to Emke. And Alex Theroff steps to the plate. He was 3 for 4 in game number 1 with a triple. Partey's first pitch to him, swung on and hit a long way to center field. Price is on his horse, up against the wall, and he'll make the grab on the warning track. Emke will track back to second. They're going to appeal at second base. Or it looked like they were going to appeal, but instead, just hand the ball back to Partey. But Price, fine defensive play out in center field, tracking down that ball, hit by Theroff. So 1 down, and it brings up the left fielder, Chad Bruce. Takes a first pitch away for ball 1. Bruce getting the start in left field. Game number 2, hit 179 a year ago for Southern Indiana. No home runs, 14 runs driven in 38 games of action. Swinging a fly ball again into center field. Again, Price going back. This will be a little bit of an easier play as he catches it just shy of the warning track in center field for out number 2. So that will bring up the catcher, Joshua Jarbo. The sophomore from Connorsville, Indiana. Hit 172 in 20 games of action as a freshman last year for Southern Indiana. Partey's first pitch to him is fouled back to the screen, strike 1. Scoreless, top of the second inning, game 2 of our doubleheader. Pirates took game number 1, 9-5. The pitch from Partey to Jarbo is outside for a ball. And it's 1-1. Swing and a foul over the Southern Indiana dugout out of play. Brings the count to 1-2. Again, the Armstrong Atlantic State softball team is in action today, opening up Peach Belt Conference play at Georgia Southwestern State. 3 p.m. time for that doubleheader. Swing and a foul back out of play again. Jarbo stays alive with a 2-2 count, or excuse me, a 1-2 count. Throw over to first, chasing Emke back to the bag. Emke led off the inning with a walk, but Theroff and Bruce flied out to center field each. The 1-2 pitch from Partey. Runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second will be not in time. An easy stolen base for Emke on the off-speed pitch by Partey. Miller really had no chance to throw him out. And Southern Indiana, who stole 150 bases last season, gets their first stolen base of the 2008 season. 2-2 pitch from Partey. Swung on and grounded to third. Kale up with it. Long throw to first. And the throw pulls Joey Davis off the bag, so it's safe at first for Jarbo. Runners at the corners now for Southern Indiana as Emke comes to third. And it brings up the second baseman, Kevin O'Hare. O'Hare was 2 for 3 in game number 1. A pair of singles as well as an RBI groundout. The switch hitter bats left-handed against Partee, swings and hits a line drive in right field. That is a base hit. Pyron then bobbles the ball and it gets past him. 2 runs are going to score. O'Hare is at third, and they will hold him up there. And Southern Indiana takes a 2-0 lead on a pair of errors by the Pirates. Credit O'Hare with 1 RBI, but then the error by Pyron in right field allows Jarbo to score and brings O'Hare all the way around to third. Now the center fielder, Michael Bevan, steps in, takes a pitch high for ball 1. Tries to, or offers at a bunt. Now they appeal to the bases umpire, said he did not go. And the count is 2-0 on Bevan, who was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Reached on an error, also reached on a hit batsman. Bevan fouls off the 2-0 pitch. It's 2-1. Two nothing Southern Indiana with the lead, capitalizing on a pair of Pirate errors in the inning. Swing and a foul again by Bevan makes it 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Partee is high, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and that retires the side. But Southern Indiana strikes first here in game number 2 with a pair of runs. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0, Screaming Eagles. Bottom of the second inning here at Pirate Field. Armstrong, Atlantic State, and Southern Indiana. Screaming Eagles with the 2-0 lead. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the order for the Pirates against Jeremy Kurt, as Kenny Cale, Nick Pyron, and Derek Miller scheduled to hit. Cale steps in 0 for 5 in game number 1, including 3 strikeouts. Came into today hitting .429. That average has dipped down to around 300. As Cale steps in, Kurt working from the stretch, delivers the first pitch. At the knees, strike 1. Fastball outside from Kurt. Brings the count to 1-1. Swing and a foul back out of play. Moves the count to 1-2. One-two pitch fouled at the plate by Kale, keeping the count at 1-2. Kale, the Savannah native, last year for the Pirates, hit .325, drove in 52 runs, one of 4 Pirate players with 50 or more runs driven in a season ago. Again, the 1-2 pitch well high, taken for a ball. Fastball fouled out of play. Good battle here between Kale and Kurt leading off the second inning. Kurt worked a relatively easy first inning, allowed an infield single to Michael Price, but he was erased trying to steal, and Kurt got a ground out and a fly out. In the inning, 2-2 pitch again, swung on, grounded right back to Kurt. He'll go halfway to first, then flip it to Matt Price for out number 1. Next up is Nick Pyron, the right fielder. 1 for 2 with a single and a pair of walks in game number 1, but had that costly error in the top half of the inning that allowed a run to score for Southern Indiana. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Kurt for strike 1. Big, long swing by Pyron, the Georgia State transfer. 0-1 pitch, again, another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And neither swing has been close. The 0-2 pitch from Kurt, swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And there's 2 down for Derek Miller. Miller was 3 for 3 in game number 1, a double, 2 singles. He drove in 2 runs. Swings and fouls off the first pitch here for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Kurt gets ahead of Miller, 0-2. Miller 8 hits and 15 at-bats, first 4 games of the season. And called strike 3. Miller is out. Kurt throws 6 straight strikes, sets down the Pirates in order. We are through 2 here at Pirate Field. It's 2-0 Southern Indiana. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field, Armstrong, Atlantic, and Southern Indiana. Screaming Eagles bat with a 2-0 lead. As the top of the order, Devin Bouvier steps in against Ross Partee. The Screaming Eagles plated 2 in the top of the second. Bouvier fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Bouvier grounded out to short his first time up against Partee. 0-1 pitch, tries to bunt his way on, but Partee read it, flips to first, and that's out number 1. Well, when you're 0 for 6, you got to try anything, try and get that first hit. Bouvier tried to push bunt, but it was towards the mound instead of towards first base. 1 down for Matt Pleiss, the first baseman. He flew out to right field his first time up. In this ball game, Partee's first pitch is a changeup low, and it's 1-0. 1-0 pitch, line down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Rounding first, but holding up as Pleiss. Wasn't really hit hard enough for him to try for 2. And that's the second hit of the ball game for Southern Indiana. 1-out base runner for Wes Fink, shortstop, who grounded back to the pitcher back in the first inning. Pleiss was 5 for 8 last year in stolen base attempts. First pitch from Partee to Fink is a strike. Pleiss was not going on the pitch. About a 2.5 step lead for Pleiss, so that urges Partee to throw over to first. Fink digs back in. He was 2 for 4 in game number 1. Swings and pops one a mile high, but foul over the right side. Nothing Southern Indiana trying to earn a split of the season opening doubleheader for the Screaming Eagles. Armstrong Atlantic looking to improve to 5-0 on the young season. Pirates took 3 from Florida Southern last weekend and then won game 1 here this afternoon. Pitch to Fink, hits him on the arm. And so Fink heads down to first base. Pleiss heads down to second. 2 on, 1 out for the designated hitter Caleb Emke, who walked and scored in the second inning. Partee's first pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Miller for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery is high, and it's 2-0. Emke has not seen many strikes. Shortstop Juan Dorado heads the mound to give Partee a couple of words of encouragement. As Ross has struggled here in the last 2 innings. First inning was a breeze, 3 up, 3 down. Two-0 pitch, down and away, and it's 3-0. And Ross is in danger of loading the bases with 1 out. The 3-0 pitch from Partee is a strike, and it's 3-1. Two on, one out. The 3-1 pitch from Ross Partee. Swung on and missed. Emke swung at ball 4, and the count runs full. So the full count pitch instead will not be made as time is called by Emke. Partee was paying close attention to the runner placed at second. Now the 3-2 pitch is popped up a mile high in foul territory. Joey Davis over, makes the grab for out number 2. So credit Partee for coming all the way back from down 3-0 to Emke. Retires the cleanup hitter, and now with 2 out, Alex Theroff comes to the plate. Theroff hit a drive to deep center field that Michael Price caught at the wall. Ross's first pitch to him is popped up foul territory, but this one will get out of play for strike 1. Partee's 0-1 delivery in the dirt. Briefly gets away from Miller, but towards the field of play, so no chance to advance for either runner. And the count is 1-1. One pitch down and away, and it's 2-1. Top of the 3rd inning, Southern Indiana leading it 2-0. The number 6 ranked Screaming Eagles looking for more. The 2-1 pitch lined foul down the third base line, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Partee. Swung on and lifted into left field. Josh Wilson settles underneath it, makes the grab, and that retires the side. Southern Indiana gets 2 on with 1 out, but cannot bring them home. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pirates coming to bat. They trail 2-0. We move to the bottom of the third inning. Armstrong Atlantic trailing Southern Indiana 2-0. Joey Davis, Tommy Ray, and Carlos Cardoza Oquendo set to face Jeremy Kurt. Kurt starts off Davis with a first pitch strike. Joey was 0 for 3 in game number 1, but did execute a successful suicide squeeze, driving in a run. Swings and hits a ground ball back to the pitcher. Kurt will underhand it to first for out number 1. So after the leadoff single by Price thrown out trying to steal, Kurt has now set down 6 straight. As the designated hitter, Tommy Ray, steps to the plate. Ray played in 1 of the 3 games last weekend against Florida Southern, went 0 for 3. Takes a pitch high and outside for ball 1. Ray, a junior from Powder Springs, Georgia, played at Gordon College last year and hit .350 with 35 runs driven in. Takes a pitch inside for ball 2. The lefty hitting Ray, one of 4 catchers on the roster for Coach Roberts. 2-0 pitch is a called strike, making it 2-1. You have Tommy Ray, Derek Miller, Chris Smith, and Sam Dotson. Big swing and a miss by Ray, and the count goes to 2-2. You see Kurt throw, and you can see why he was undefeated a year ago for Southern Indiana. He's looked impressive. Swinging a fly ball foul down the left side. It will get out of play. So again, the 2-2 delivery from Kurt is outside, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch from Kurt is low, ball 4, and Tommy Ray draws a walk. And the Pirates have a 1-out base runner for Carlos Cardoza Oquendo. Pirates second baseman 1 for 4 in game number 1 with a single. Kurt's first pitch to him is low, ball 1. 2 runs on 2 hits for Southern Indiana here in game number 2. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for the Pirates. Throw over to first, Ray back safely. Not an immense threat to steal, but you never know if the Pirates would like to start the hit and run here. Keep out of the double play. Runner goes, hit and run, and it's fouled out of play for strike 1. Well, next week the Pirates have a huge TBD on their schedule. A scheduled series against Southern Connecticut State will not be played, as there's a throw that's over the head of the first baseman by the catcher Jarbo. Ray will stop at second as the ball trickles through, but Jarbo tried to catch Tommy Ray napping, and instead he caught the first baseman Matt Pleiss napping as it went over his head. Pleiss never saw it, and Ray ends up at second with the error. So the Pirates get a runner in scoring position thanks to the misplay by the catcher Jarbo. And the count is 2-2 on Cardoza Oquendo. Fastball swung on and missed. Actually, I guess the count was 2-1 because now it's 2-2. Ray leads off of second. The 2-2 pitch now from Kurt. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. As I was saying, the Pirates were scheduled to play Southern Connecticut State, but the Owls electing not to make the trip, so Coach Roberts will try and fill that gap in his schedule this week. We will, of course, update you on our webpage to see if the Pirates will play this upcoming weekend. And if we do, we will have it on our webcast for you. Swing and a miss by Michael Price on the first pitch from Jeremy Kurt. Price hit an infield single behind the bag at second, but was caught stealing back in the first inning. 0-1 pitch from Kurt. Swung on a high chopper to second. Nice play by Kevin O'Hare. Flips it to first, and that retires the side. The Pirates get a base runner, but nothing else. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Southern Indiana leads at 2-0. Top of the fourth inning here at Pirate Field. Southern Indiana leading it 2-0 over the Pirates. Chad Bruce leads things off, left fielder for Southern Indiana. Flew out to center field his first time up. Ross Partey's first pitch to him. He tries to bunt his way on, but he bunts it foul for strike 1. Bruce comes back to the batter's box. Partey from the wind, and the 0-1 delivery. Change up right over the plate for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch from Partey. Called strike 3. And Bruce is out on strikes. Just the second strikeout for Partey in this ball game. And with one down, the catcher, Jarbo, comes to the plate. Jarbo started the 2-run rally for Southern Indiana in the second inning when he reached on the errant throw by Kenny Cale. Strike 1 issued to him by Partey. Then he scored on the RBI single by Kevin O'Hare. And the subsequent error by Pyron in right field as he overran the ball. One pitch from Partey. Popped up. Foul territory, but Davis gives chase. It's out of play. It's 1-2. 1-2 delivery. Swung on and foul tip. Just got a piece of it, did Jarboe, on the good off-speed pitch by Partee. One-two pitch, that one sails high. And makes it 2-2. The Pirates picked to finish 6th in the Peach Belt Conference this season by a preseason poll of the league's coaches, but probably had the most successful opening weekend of any of the league schools, as evidenced by their number 17 ranking in the Collegiate Baseball Top 30 poll. The Pirates are the highest ranked Peach Belt team this week, and that is an unusual sight not to have a Peach Belt team in the top 10. Count is now full on Jarboe as he fouls off the latest pitch. 3-2 pitch, grounded to second. Nice play by Cardoza-Oquendo, backhanding it, throwing on to first for the second out of the inning. Two down in the inning. Kevin O'Hare, the second baseman, steps in, owner of one of the two Screaming Eagles hits against Ross Partee. Drove in a run with that single. Takes a pitch low for ball one. So O'Hare on the day in the doubleheader, 3 for 4 with a pair of runs driven in. Fastball grounded to second. Easier play this time for Cardoza-Oquendo. Flips to first, and that retires the side. Ross Partee works his first 1-2-3 inning since inning number 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Southern Indiana leads 2-0. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Pirate Field, game number 2 of our doubleheader. Southern Indiana leads it 2-0 over Armstrong Atlantic State. Jeremy Kurt on the hill for the Screaming Eagles has given up just 1 hit through the first 3 innings. Juan Dorado to lead things off for the Pirates, grounded out to short his first time up. He is 2 for 6 in the doubleheader. Kurt's first pitch to Dorado is a strike at the letters. It's 0-1. Again, these same two teams tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For these two teams wrapping up the 3-game series here at Pirate Field. One pitch from Kurt to Dorado is a high chopper off the glove of Kurt, and that's going to be an infield hit as Kurt just couldn't glove it If he had been maybe 2 inches taller, he probably would have been able to snag it. But as it is, Kurt has given up 2 hits in this game, both of the infield variety. That brings up Josh Wilson, who flew out to right field his first time up. Kurt's first pitch to him, he shortens to bunt and takes a pitch high for ball 1. Not often you see a player hit 2 home runs in the previous game willing to give himself up on a sacrifice, but Wilson did so. Now Kurt steps off the rubber and looks back Dorado at first. Pitch in the dirt, backhanded by Jarbo. He bluffs a throw down to first, but does not. Probably thinking about the error he had earlier when he tried to pick off a runner at first. Pitch by Kurt, fastball right over the plate for strike 1. It's 2-1 on Wilson. Throw over to first, Dorado back to the bag. The 2-1 pitch is down and away, and it's 3-1 now to Wilson. Wilson had a pair of home runs, including the big blow, a 3-run home run in the 8th inning in the Pirates' 9-5 win in Game 1. 3-1 pitch is well high, and the Pirates have a pair of runners on for the first time against Kurt, with Kenny Cale coming to the plate. Cale grounded back to the pitcher. His first time up, the Screaming Eagles expecting to bunt, and Cale does shorten. Instead, a bluff throw directed towards second base. Juan Dorado on at second, Josh Wilson on at first. The pitch from Kurt is offered at by Cale. He had shortened the bunt and missed it. And it's 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch bunted in front of the plate. They're going to go to third, and it's in time to get the lead runner, Dorado, at third. So Jarbo makes the nice play coming out from behind the plate, fielding the ball in front of the plate and cutting down Dorado. So there's runners at first and second, but now with 1 out for Nick Pyron. Pyron struck out on 3 pitches against Kurt in the 2nd inning. First pitch to him is a strike. Byron 1 for 2 with a pair of walks in game number 1. The 0-1 pitch is a strike again. It's 0-2. So Pyron in the hole, 0-2. Against Kurt. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll throw down to first, but Cale slides back safely, and Pyron has seen 6 pitches from Kurt, all strikes. Now brings up Derek Miller, who struck out against Kurt in the second inning. Kurt now with 4 strikeouts in the contest. First pitch to him is swung on and missed, strike 1. Two on, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kurt's 0-1 pitch to Miller in the dirt, and Miller holds up on a swing. It's 1-1. Southern Indiana scored twice in the top of the 2nd, and that's where we stand, 2-0. With 2-0 at the plate, Derek Miller. Pitch outside for a ball makes it 2-1. Runners go on the pitch. It's in the dirt, and the catcher, Jarbo, will just hold the ball and not attempt to throw down to second. So the double steal by Wilson and Kale puts the tying runs in scoring position and a 3-1 count on Miller. The delivery is a strike, and the count is full. Josh Wilson now at third, Kenny Kale at second, but a full count on catcher Derek Miller with 2 down in the inning. Three-two pitch is called, strike 3, and that retires the side. Pirates get 2 on, but cannot bring them around. We are through 4 here at Pirate Field. It's 2-0, Southern Indiana. Top of the 5th inning here at Pirate Field. Southern Indiana leads Armstrong Atlantic 2-0, looking for a split of this doubleheader between nationally ranked Division II ball clubs. The Screaming Eagles coming in at number 6 in the nation. Armstrong Atlantic coming in at number 17. Ross Partie's first pitch to Michael Bevan is a strike. Bevan was caught out on strikes his first time up against Partie. The 0-1 delivery shortens the bunt, then pulls it back and hits a pop-up foul territory. And it will hit out of play for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch by Partee is down and away for a ball, making it 1-2. 1-2 pitch, grounded to third, off of Kenny Cale's glove. That will be a hit for Bevan. And the Screaming Eagles have the leadoff runner on here in the 5th for Bouvier, the right fielder. Bouvier is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Tried to bunt his way on his last time up, but ended up grounding back to the pitcher, Partee. Expecting bunt, Bouvier squares, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike. And it's 0-1. Bevan was 11 of 13 on stolen base attempts last year. Partee's 0-1 pitch is outside, and it's 1-1 again. Bouvier showed bunt. The junior left-hander steps back into the batter's box. Shows bunt, bunts it to third. Cale will throw on to first to complete the sacrifice as Bouvier advances Bevan into scoring position. Score at 5-3 on the sacrifice. And Bevan is now at second with 1 out for Matt Pleiss, who is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. Partee's first pitch to Pleiss is outside for ball 1. And now Partee off the rubber, chasing Bevan back to the bag at second. 2-0 Southern Indiana with the lead. Pirates took game 1 9-5. But the Screaming Eagles looking to even things up. Time is called by Pleiss into the batter's box. Fastball grounded to short. Dorado backhanded throw, or backhanded glove, and then throws on to first. And that is the second out of the inning. Nice defensive play by Dorado. And with 2 down, the designated hitter, Caleb Emke, will step to the plate. 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch, this is the shortstop, Wes Fink, who is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his last time up, also grounded back to the pitcher. Bevan at second, but 2 down now in the inning. Fink takes a pitch high for ball 1. Partee looks back Bevan. Off-speed pitch is low. And the count is 2-0. And Fink will call time with a 2-0 count. RT from the stretch. The 2-0 pitch is down and away, and it's 3-0. Top of the 5th inning, Southern Indiana leading at 2-0. The 3-0 pitch from Partee to Wes Fink is popped up in the infield. Joey Davis will make the grab, and Fink throws down his bat in disgust as he pops out on a 3-0 count. That retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Armstrong Atlantic trails Southern Indiana 2-0. Joey Davis will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for Armstrong Atlantic. Davis, Ray, and Cardoza Okendo to face Jeremy Kurt here in the 5th inning. Kurt allowed the first 2 runners to reach in the 4th, but came back with a pair of strikeouts to end the inning and get out of the jam. Davis takes a pitch for a strike and then one for a ball. So the count is 1-1. Davis grounded back to the pitcher his first time up in this game. 1-1 pitch upstairs makes it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch popped foul out of play by Davis, the 4th-year senior, getting a chance to start this season for the Pirates. Swinging a foul back to the screen again. Davis has played and came into the season having played in 88 career games for the Pirates, but he's made 5 starts now for Armstrong this season. Pitch is called strike 3, and Davis heads back to the dugout as Kurt has set down 3 straight, all looking, and he has 6 strikeouts in the game now. That brings up Tommy Ray, who drew a walk from Kurt in the 3rd inning, advanced to second on an errant pickoff throw, but was stranded there. Swings and hits a line drive into left field. And it's snared by the left fielder, Chad Bruce. Bruce looked like he had him played perfectly, but then had to reach up and get it before it went over his head. And that's out number 2. Brings up Carlos Cardoza Oquendo, struck out against Kurt in the 3rd. 1 for 5 in the doubleheader today. Kurt's first pitch to him is swung on and grounded up the middle. That gets through for a base hit. And the Pirates have a base runner for the 3rd straight inning. And it brings up Michael Price, who is 1 for 2. Top of the order for the Pirates. Price grounded to second his last time up. Singled and was caught stealing in the 1st inning. First pitch to him is down and away for ball 1. Next pitch is outside, and Price gets ahead in the count 2-0. Two-0 pitch chopped foul at the plate. Making the count 2-1. Fastball outside. Makes it 3-1 on Price. Price, a true freshman starting in center field for the Pirates, played at Timber Creek High School in Atlanta, hit .494 as a junior. Swings and lifts one into very shallow left field. This one is going to drop for a base hit. Heading to 3rd is Cardoza Oquendo, running with 2 outs. And the Pirates get back-to-back base hits here in the bottom of the 5th. And Juan Dorado comes to the plate, but not before we have a visit to the mound by head coach Tracy Archuleta. Kurt started the inning well, striking out Joey Davis, but Tommy Ray hit a hard line drive to left field, then hits by Cardoza Oquendo and Michael Price. There is nobody warming up in the Southern Indiana bullpen, so this is just a talk by Coach Archuleta trying to calm his pitcher down a little bit. Just reminding him there's just need to get 1 out and get out of the inning. It's a 2-0 ball game. But the Pirates now have 4 hits. As the meeting on the mound is done and Juan Dorado steps to the plate. Dorado singled his last time up. He is 1 for 2. He hits with runners at the corners and 2 out. Kurt's first pitch to him is a strike. Carlos Cardoza Oquendo at 3rd. Michael Price at 1st. The 0-1 pitch. Instead, they'll try the fake to 3rd, fake to 1st. But neither of the Pirate runners stray that far away from their respective bases. The 0-1 pitch to Dorado is a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, every time Kurt has needed a strikeout, he's gotten it. He had runners at 2nd and 3rd. Last inning, got the strikeout to end the inning. Here he has runners at first and third with 2 out. The 0-2 pitch to Dorado. Runner goes. It's a hit and run, but the pitch is fouled off down the third base side. So again, the 0-2 pitch to Dorado, well outside and in the dirt. Nice block by Jarbo. It's always the worry when you have a 2-strike count and or an 0-2 count and a runner on third. Might just get a little too wild with that waste pitch. But the count is now 1-2. Kurt's 1-2 delivery is high, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch, runner goes, and it's fouled, this time down the first base side. And Kurt will step off the rubber, look back, Price at first. They've sent him twice, have the Pirates, but Dorado has fouled off both pitches. 2-2 pitch, runner stays. It's a looper right to the first baseman, Price. He'll snare it for the final out of the inning. We are through 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Pirates trailing at 2-0. We're going to the top of the 6th. Yeah, we're only through 5, right? That was Dorado. Yeah. Price singled. And the guy made a third. Is that right? What's the? Yeah, we're going to the 6th. No, the first guy struck out. Remember, Joey struck out looking. Yep. Yeah, F7. And then he singled up the middle. No, he blooped to left. Singled the blooper to left field. And then Cardozo King ended up on third. Top of the 6th inning, had a little bit of a situation with the scoreboard there. As we go to the top of the 6th, it is 2-0 Southern Indiana. Caleb Emke, the designated hitter, steps in, swings at the first pitch and lifts it into very shallow right field. Nick Pyron makes the catch for out number 1. The bottom of the 5th inning on our scoreboard here at Pirate Field is burnt out, so it usually lends to a little confusion when you get to the 5th and 6th innings about which inning it really is. The scoreboard here at Pirate Field. First pitch from Ross Partee to Alex Theroff is a strike. Theroff has flied out twice in this game. Takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-1. He flew out to center field in the 2nd inning and flew out to left field in the 3rd. 1-1 pitch is grounded to short. Dorado up with it, throws on to first, and there's quickly 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Brings up the left fielder, Chad Bruce, 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking his last time up. Bruce, a junior from Fountaintown, Indiana. Looks at ball 1 from Partee. There is activity in the Armstrong bullpen, none in Southern Indiana's bullpen. Check swing, pop up in the infield. Ross Partee will call it, and then will give way to Derek Miller. And Miller will make the grab. 1, 2, 3 go the Screaming Eagles in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Southern Indiana leads it 2-0. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Pirate Field. Josh Wilson, Kenny Kale, and Nick Pyron to face Jeremy Kurt in the bottom of the 6th. There is some activity beginning in the Southern Indiana bullpen. Brandon McCreary is throwing in the Armstrong Atlantic bullpen. As Wilson steps in, 0 for 1 with a walk in this game. Kurt's first pitch to him is low. Wilson showed bunt, but pulled the bat back. The 1-0 pitch is a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. Kurt has given up 4 hits through 5 innings and has struck out a half dozen. Another strike at the knees, and Kurt gets ahead of Josh Wilson 1-2. One-two pitch is high, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 delivery instead. Time was called. A mix-up with the home plate umpire and the count. It is 2-2. The pitch from Kurt to Wilson is swung on and grounded down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Wilson's going to round first, head for second. It's bobbled by Bruce, so Wilson will pull into second base standing up with a double. And the Pirates have a leadoff runner on for the second time. The last 3 innings, well, Pirates got 2 on with nobody out in the 4th inning, but could not capitalize. Now Wilson is at second for Kenny Kale. who is 0 for 2. Takes a pitch low for ball 1. Cale grounded back to the pitcher in the second, and then tried to advance the runners on a bunt in the fourth, but ended up hitting into a fielder's choice. Pitch from Kurt to Cale is popped foul behind the Southern Indiana dugout, out of play. And it's 1-1. Wilson leads away from second. 1-1 pitch to Cale, again fouled out of play, bringing the count to 1-2. No runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Armstrong Atlantic. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Southern Indiana. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swinging another pop-up by Cale, again foul and out of play. Pitch from Kurt is outside. And it's 2-2. Right-hander begins to throw in the Southern Indiana bullpen. Can't quite make out the number. We'll try and get it for you here. Josh Wilson again leads away from second. The 2-2 pitch to Kurt, from Kurt to Cale, and Cale swings and misses at the high fastball for out number 1. That brings up Nick Pyron. 0 for 2 against Kurt. 6 pitches, 6 strikes. Kurt has had Pyron's number so far this afternoon. Throw to second, but Wilson back safely. First pitch to Pyron is grounded to third. Bobbled, and the throw to first is still in time. So credit Theroff for sticking with it. Wilson had to hold at second. That's the second out of the inning for Derek Miller, who has been caught looking twice by Kurt. Kurt's first pitch to Miller is lined into right field. That's a base hit. Wilson rounds third to throw to the plate. Will be cut off. And the Pirates score the first run of the ball game on the RBI single by Derek Miller. It's 2-1. Miller went 3 for 3 with a pair of runs driven in game number 1. Here he puts the Pirates on the board with the 2-out RBI single, and Joey Davis steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 in this game. Called out on strikes his last time up. He is also grounded out. Kurt's first pitch to him is high and tight, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch to Davis is popped up. Foul territory. First baseman Pleiss and the catcher Jarbo converge, but neither makes a play on the ball, and it falls for a strike. So the count moves to 1-1. 2-1, bottom of the sixth. Southern Indiana scored twice in the top of the second inning. That's where we stood all the way until the bottom of the sixth inning, where the Pirates have pushed across a single run. 1-1 pitch from Kurt to Joey Davis is way outside. Taken for a ball. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch, good. Change of speed pitch there by Kurt. Davis way out in front of it. And the count is now 2-2. Two-two delivery is lined in the left field, but settling underneath it is Bruce. He will make the grab, and that retires the side. But the Pirates get the first run of the ball game on Derek Miller's RBI single. We go to the top of the seventh inning. Southern Indiana leads 2-1. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field, Armstrong, Atlantic, and Southern Indiana. In a good one, 2-1. Screaming Eagles, top of the seventh inning we go. Bottom third of the order to face Ross Partee as Joshua Jarbo, the catcher, steps into the batter's box. Jarbo 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the second inning. Hits a fly ball into deep right center field. This one is over the head of Nick Pyron. And Jarbo will try for 3. The throw to third is not in time, and Jarbo has a leadoff triple. It's the second time today that the Screaming Eagles have led off with a triple. We saw Alex Theroff do it in the second inning of game number 1. So Southern Indiana has a runner at third, nobody out for Kevin O'Hare, second baseman, who is 1 for 2 today with an RBI single. Pirates bring the infield in. Partee's first pitch to O'Hare is in the dirt, blocked by Miller for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch, high for a ball, and it's 2-0. Partee had set down 6 straight before that triple by Jarbo. as Derek Miller heads to the mound to talk things over with Partee. And now Miller heads back behind the plate. Southern Indiana led by 2 from the second inning on until last half inning, looking to go back up by 2. And it looks like this is going to be it for Partee as assistant coach Calvin Culberson heads to the mound. We'll have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball. The new pitcher for Armstrong Atlantic State is sophomore right-hander Brandon McCreary, the Rincon native, Georgia State transfer. Replaces Ross Partee, who went 6+ innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, none earned. Walked 1, struck out 2, but the runner at third is his responsibility. And McCreary makes his second appearance of the season. He threw 2 hitless innings, striking out 2 against Florida Southern on Friday. First pitch swinging is Hare, and that's going to be over the head of all the outfielders to the wall. O'Hare's going to pull up at second base. It's a RBI double, and Southern Indiana leads it 3-1. So O'Hare greets McCreary. First pitch, line drive double, and Southern Indiana is back up by 2. It's 3-1. That brings up the center fielder Michael Bevan, who is 1 for 2. The reliever in the bullpen for Southern Indiana is Matt Nichols. Nichols warmed up in Game 1 but did not come into the ball game. Bevan takes a pitch high for ball 1. So O'Hare has 4 hits now in the doubleheader. He was 2 for 3 in Game 1 and is 2 for 3 here in Game 2, and he has driven in 3 runs for Southern Indiana. McCreary's next pitch is high again. Bevan showed bunt, but did not offer at it, and it's 2-0 on the Screaming Eagles center fielder. Top of the 7th, 3-1 Southern Indiana. Looking to earn a doubleheader split with the Pirates. Armstrong Atlantic won Game 1. 9-5. Ground ball to short. Dorado up with it. Throws on to first to complete the putout. O'Hare moves from second to third, so he's on at third with less than 2 out as we go back to the top of the order. And Devin Bouvier, the right fielder, 0 for 2 officially. Executed a successful sacrifice his last time up. Pirates again bring the infield in. McCrary's first pitch to Bouvier is swung on and missed for strike one. The 0-1 pitch from McCrary. Strike two. McCrary pitched in 11 games for Georgia State last year. No record, a 9.88 ERA and 13.2 innings pitched. Ground ball up the middle, gloved by the second baseman. Cardoza-Oquendo throws on to first. And that's a great play. Not only does it record the second out of the inning, but it keeps O'Hare at third base. And the Pirates are one out away from getting out of the jam. At Pleiss, the first baseman, steps in. He is 1 for 3. McCrary's first pitch to him is high for ball one. McCrary played locally at South Effingham High School. Was 34-6 in his career as a pitcher for the Mustangs. And also played 4 years of football. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And then Pyron again misplays the ball, but Pleiss will stay at first. RBI single makes it 4-1, Screaming Eagles. So that brings up the shortstop, Wes Fink, who is 0 for 2 today. Pitch in the dirt. Makes it 1-0. 4-1. Southern Indiana with the lead. They've also matched the Pirates in the hit column. 6 hits apiece. So there's a ground ball to third, but foul. Making the count 1-1. 3 of the 4 runs scored by Southern Indiana in this game, however, have been with 2 out, including the 2 scored in the second inning after the error with 2 out by Kenny Cale. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Miller. Makes the count 2-1. Still plenty of time left, though, for the Pirates, especially if you remember last weekend. Pirates trailed 6-1 on Saturday to Florida Southern, came back to win 7-6 in extra innings. As there's a ground ball to short, Dorado will go to second, and it's missed by the second baseman, Cardoza-Oquendo. And it's safe all around with Pleiss heading to third. Instead of throwing on to first base, Dorado decided to flip to second. He threw it at Cardoza-Oquendo's feet, and the ball went right underneath his glove through his legs. So Pleiss able to take third, another error for the Pirates' third of the ball game. And it keeps the inning alive with Caleb Emke, the designated hitter. McCurry's first pitch to Emke is a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, to complete the thought from earlier, the Pirates trailed 7-2 to Florida Southern. On Sunday, came back and won at 8-7, so they've twice trailed late already this season and have been able to pull out wins. Runners at the corners for Southern Indiana. 2 runs already in the inning. It's 4-1. Southern Indiana with the lead. The pitch by Brandon McCrary will not be made. Instead, the throw over to first. Wes Fink heads back to the bag. The pitch is a strike to Emke, and it's 1-2. McCreary's 1-2 delivery is strike three. Emke offered at the pitch in the dirt, and that retires the side, but Southern Indiana plates two. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning. It's a seventh inning stretch. Stand up wherever you are. Pirates trail by 3. We move to the bottom of the seventh inning. Armstrong Atlantic State trailing Southern Indiana 4-1, and Southern Indiana has made a pitching change as junior Matt Nichols will come in relief of Jeremy Kirk. Kirk pitched a beauty, 6 innings, 6 hits, gave up just 1 run, walked 2, struck out 7. And Nichols, a junior from Newburgh, Indiana, will make his first appearance in more than a year as he missed last season with an injury. Delivers a first pitch strike to designated hitter Tommy Ray, leading off the bottom of the 7th. Ray is 0 for 1, walked and lined out to left his previous 2 trips to the plate. Swings and hits a line drive into left field. On the run is Bruce, and he cannot catch it. It's over his head. Ray will end up at second with a double. They were playing Ray deep, and Ray still hit it over his head. And that's the second straight inning that the Pirates have led off with a double. This one comes off of the reliever Nichols. And Cardoza Oquendo steps to the plate. Carlos 1 for 2, singled his last time up. First pitch to him is grounded to third and then dropped by the third baseman. Throw on to first is still in time. So Theroff dropped the ball as he tried to take it out of his glove, but still had enough time. It was so sharply hit off the bat of Cardoza Oquendo that Theroff able to throw on to first and complete the putout. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Michael Price, who is 2 for 3 in this game, singled his last time up. Nichols' first pitch to him is high, ball 1. So the Pirates have out-hit the Screaming Eagles today, but it's the timeliness of the hitting helping Southern Indiana to the 4-1 lead. Pitch well high from Nichols makes it 2-0 to Price. Ray leads away from second. 2-0 pitch is foul tipped by Price, making it 2-1. Price calls time. Again, these same 2 teams tomorrow 11 o'clock for first pitch between the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles. Could be the rubber game in this 3-game series, as the next pitch to Price is high, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch from Nichols is a strike, and it's 3-2. Price was taking all the way. Time is called again by Price as he steps out of the batter's box. The payoff pitch is high, ball 4, and Price trots down to first base with the walk, and that will bring the tying run to the plate. And shortstop Juan Dorado 1 for 3 in today's second game. He has popped out, singled, and grounded out. Nichols' first pitch to him is a curveball which drops in for a strike. It's 0-1. Another breaking ball. This one stays high. Dorado showed bunt, but took it for a ball. Another breaking ball fouled out of play by Dorado, makes it 1-2. Two on, one out, bottom of the 7th inning. Southern Indiana leads it 4-1. The pitch by Nichols is again fouled by Dorado. And the junior shortstop stays alive. Tommy Ray on at second. Michael Price on at first. Check swing, another foul off the bat of Dorado. So a good battle up at the plate by the shortstop trying to stay alive. Put one into play against the reliever Nichols. Again, the 1-2 pitch, and that is high. That's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lifted into right field, and it's going to drop for the base hit. Throw to second is off the bag, and it gets away from everyone. One run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Dorado rounds third. He's coming home. The throw will not be in time, and we are tied on the bloop single to right and the errant throw by the right fielder, Devin Bouvier, that went careening down in the left field foul grounds. And just like that, it's 4-4. So it essentially amounts to a 3-base error, plates all 3 runners. And just like that, it's all square, 4-4. Josh Wilson stepping to the plate. Nichols' first pitch to Wilson, swung on and lifted, foul territory. Third baseman Theroff settles underneath it and pops. The ball pops out of his glove for an error, as Theroff could not glove it. So Wilson's still alive at the plate. Swings and fouls off the next pitch. So it's 0-2. But the Southern Indiana defense betraying him here in game number 2. Pitch in the dirt is a ball. The play was a bloop single to right, and the right fielder Bouvier tried to get the force at second because the runner Price had to hold up to see if that ball was going to be caught. As there's a foul back to the screen. The throw was to the left of second base, but to the right of third base, so neither the second baseman O'Hare or the third baseman Theroff could really make a play on the ball. It went past both fielders, went down the left field line as it careened off the fence, and the Pirates were able to circle the bases with all 3 runners. I feel like I need a telestrator to diagram that. 2-2 pitch from Nichols to Wilson is fouled out of play again. And now Wilson bats after getting new life. He should have been out on the first pitch on the dropped fly ball by Theroff. Another foul tip. Wilson just got a piece of it to stay alive. 4-4 is our score. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Two-two pitch, again fouled back by Wilson. Nichols, who came in this inning to start the inning in relief of Jeremy Kurt, has already thrown a lot of pitches. This is just the 5th batter he's faced in the inning. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and lifted into shallow left field. On the run is Bruce, and he cannot make the catch. Wilson will end up in second base with his 2nd double of the day. Wilson was digging all the way for 2 as Bruce tried to make the shoestring grab of the ball. Kenny Cale now steps in. Cale searching for not only his first hit of the game, but his first hit of the doubleheader. He's 0 for 8. 0 for 5 in game number 1, 0 for 3 here. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. One-0 pitch, that's down and away for a ball, and it's 2-0. Armstrong Atlantic won game number 1, 9-5. We're all tied at 4 here in game number 2. Popped up in the infield off the bat of Cale. Second baseman O'Hare comes on and makes the grab on the infield grass. And that is out number 2 of the inning. And that brings up Nick Pyron. Byron had very little success against Kurt, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. We'll see how he fares against the reliever Nichols. Wilson represents the go-ahead run as there is a ground ball to second. O'Hare up with it, flips to first, and that retires the side. But the huge error by Southern Indiana allows 3 runs to score. It's a brand new ball game. We go to the top of the 8th inning, all tied at 4. Top of the 8th inning we go. Armstrong, Atlantic State, and Southern Indiana all tied at 4 apiece. Brandon McCreary begins the 2nd inning of work. He is the new pitcher of record for the Pirates. And first pitch to Tommy Ray is to Alex Theroff is a strike. Theroff is 0 for 3 in the game after a 3-hit game in game number 1. Next pitch is a ball, so it's 1-1 on Theroff. And the next pitch is a strike, making it 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from McCreary is swung on and fouled. Just got a piece of it. Did Theroff. 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for Armstrong Atlantic State. 4 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Southern Indiana. Fastball high from McCreary makes it 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from McCreary is outside, and the count runs full. The 3-2 pitch from McCreary is low, and ball 4 issued to Theroff. And that brings up the left fielder, Chad Bruce. Bruce is 0 for 3. Popped up to the catcher Miller his last time up. He has also flied out to center field and been caught looking. For his first pitch, it gets past the catcher Miller. It was a bunt attempt by Bruce, but the pitch was wild, so the runner, Theroff, ends up at second base without Bruce having to lay a bat on the ball. The 1-0 pitch from McCreary is bunted down the third base line, but foul for strike one. Top of the 8th inning, all tied at 4. We hope you're enjoying what has been an entertaining doubleheader between the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles. The number 6 ranked team in the nation, Southern Indiana, against the number 17 ranked team in the nation, Armstrong, Atlantic State. The 1-1 pitch from McCreary is a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Brandon McCreary. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that's the first out of the inning. As McCreary strikes out Bruce, and with one down, it brings up the catcher, Josh Jarbo. Jarbo hit a triple to lead off the 6th inning. Or excuse me, the 7th inning for Southern Indiana. That was the last batter that Armstrong starter Ross Partee faced before being lifted for McCreary. McCreary's first pitch is a ball. And now the 1-0 delivery is offered at by Jarbo. Jarbo tried to bunt, but to not get a piece of it, it's 1-1. The Armstrong Atlantic State women's golf team is in 11th place after the first round of the Kiowa Island Invitational, hosted by Tusculum College. The 1-1 pitch from McCreary is low. Catherine Hooks leading the way for the Lady Pirates with a 1 under par 73. She is in 6th place, but just 2 strokes out of the individual lead. The 2-1 pitch from McCreary swung on and fouled back to the screen. It's 2-2. Pirates shot .336 as a team. Kristen Jelinek shot an 84. Kristen Graham shot an 88. Carrie George shot a 91. And Alexandra Norman shot a 95. Florida Southern leads the tournament with a 294 total. McCreary's 2-2 pitches swung on and just fouled by Jarbo. Runner on second, 1 out, top of the 8th inning. Southern Indiana looking to strike back after the Pirates plated 3 in the bottom of the 7th to tie this game up at 4. 2-2 pitch from McCreary, high and outside. The count is full. The 3-2 pitch from McCreary. Swung on and a little looper back to the pitcher. McCreary falls down, still throws to first and gets Jarbo. The runner moves to third, but McCreary first had to try and field it as it took a weird hop. Then he fell down trying to field it. Still had enough on the throw to get Jarbo at first. That's the second out of the inning. Theroff moves from second to third, so the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. And the second baseman, Kevin O'Hare, is at the plate. O'Hare greeted McCreary with a double on the first pitch he saw from McCreary last inning. So this time McCreary starts him high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch is popped up, but foul down the left side, out of play for strike one. The Kiowa Island Invitational will wrap up tomorrow with a single round of action. The Lady Pirates in their spring debut. 1-1 pitch from McCreary is a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Brandon McCreary. Swung on and missed, strike three. Miller will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, which he does, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, all tied up here at Pirate Field, 4-4. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Derek Miller to lead things off for the Pirates against reliever Matt Nichols into his 2nd inning of work. Miller collected an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Nichols' first pitch to him is a strike, and it's 0-1. Miller had 3 hits and 2 runs driven in the first game of our doubleheader. So he's put together another outstanding day. Lifts one into center field, no trouble for Bevan. He'll make the grab for out number 1. Brings up first baseman Joey Davis, who's 0 for 3 in this game. Davis flew out to left field his last time up. Nichols' first pitch to him is swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 1. 4-4 our score. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. Game number 1 went the way of the Pirates, 9-5. Davis swings again and fouls off the Nichols pitch, and it's 0-2. Same 2 teams tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch for game number 3 of our series. The season opening series for Southern Indiana. Called strike 3 on the breaking ball. Nichols catches Davis looking. And that's Nichols' first strikeout of the game. 2nd out of the inning for Tommy Ray. Ray got the 3-run inning in the 7th, started with a leadoff double. Takes a pitch upstairs for ball 1. That was Ray's first hit of the season and first hit as a Pirate. Nichols' next pitch is low, and it's 2-0. 2-0 pitch, popped foul, out of play. Bringing the count to 2-1. Two 1 pitch is just a bit low, and it brings the count to 3-1. 3-1 pitch is lifted down the left field line, but foul. So Nichols runs the count full on Ray. The payoff pitch to Tommy Ray, swung on and lifted into deep center field. Bevan on the run, and it's a nice over-the-shoulder grab for the center fielder Michael Bevan, and that retires the side. We will go to the top of the 9th inning, all tied at 4. We move to the top of the 9th inning here at Pirate Field, all knotted up at 4. How often do you see a player make a fine defensive play in the outfield and then lead off the next half inning? You're seeing it again as Michael Bevan, fresh off the over the shoulder catch in center field, leads things off for Southern Indiana. 1 for 3 in today's second game. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Brandon McCreary for strike 1. Bevan grounded to short his last time up. 0-1 pitch, another swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. McCreary's 0-2 delivery is well high, taken for a ball, making it 1-2. The Armstrong Atlantic State men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight at UNC Pembroke. There's a pop-up foul territory. Joey Davis on the run, and he'll run out of room as it falls foul. The Pirates will next be in action at home this Wednesday as the Lady Pirates and Pirates take on Georgia College and State University. 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men, and the women's contest is the WBCA's annual Think Pink event. Any fan wearing pink gets in with a $1 donation to the Breast Cancer Research Fund. Pop up in the infield. Shortstop Juan Dorado makes the grab right behind the mound for out number 1. We'll go back to the top of the order for a pinch hitter. as Josh Malone will bat for Devin Bouvier. Malone hit in the first game for Kevin O'Hare and lined back to the pitcher, so he's 0 for 1 on the young season. Malone, a 6'1" senior from Chesterton, Indiana, batting in place of Bouvier, listed on the roster as an outfielder, so he should come in to Bouvier's spot in right field. Malone looks at a first pitch strike from McCreary, and now the 1-0-1 delivery is outside. It's 1-1. One pitch is popped up, foul territory. Again, Davis gives chase, but cannot make a play on it. But the count is now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from McCreary, fastball high, taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Two pitch is in the dirt, so Malone works a full count. So the payoff pitch from Brandon McCreary is a little low, and Malone draws a one-out walk from McCreary. That brings up the first baseman, Matt Pleiss, 2 for 4 in this game. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Can't see the number. And the pinch runner is Royal Beach, who also pinch ran in game number 1. When Garrett Oros reached on a walk in the 8th inning. So Beach is on at first to run for Malone. First pitch to Pleiss from Brandon McCreary is a strike. Pleiss drove in a run with a single as last time up to bat. And he has 3 hits in today's doubleheader. The 0-1 pitch from McCreary. Grounded to third. Kale will take the sure out at first rather than try and risk turning the double play. And that's the second out of the inning, but it puts the go-ahead run in scoring position for Wes Fink, the shortstop. Fink into a fielder's choice his last time to bat. He is 0 for 3 in this game, but he had 2 hits in game number 1 of our doubleheader. McCreary's first pitch to him is a strike. Top of the 9th inning, all tied at 4 between the Pirates and the Screaming Eagles. Southern Indiana College World Series team from a year ago, trying to salvage a split, as there's a strike by McCreary, and McCreary's way ahead of Fink, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from McCreary. Swung on and missed, strike three, and that retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Armstrong Atlantic State tied with Southern Indiana 4-4. Chad Jackson back with you here at Pirate Field as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning. Armstrong Atlantic State and Southern Indiana tied at 4. It'll be the 9-1 two-hitters in the order for the Pirates against Matt Nichols as Carlos Cardoza Oquendo leads things off. Carlos 1 for 3 in the second game of today's doubleheader. Nichols, first pitch to him is a strike. Nichols gave up 3 runs, 2 earned in the 7th, but worked a 1-2-3-8 against the Pirates. The 0-1 pitch to Cardoza Oquendo is high, and it's 1-1. Following Cardoza Oquendo, it'll be Michael Price and Juan Dorado, with Josh Wilson waiting in the wings if someone can reach. Strike 2 taken by by Cardoza Oquendo. And now the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and grounded up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. And the winning run is on first for the Pirates. That brings up Michael Price as we go back to the top of the order. Price 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a walk. Here in this ball game. Some instructions given to Nichols by the catcher Jarbo, also the third baseman Theroff involved in the discussion, and this may be it for Nichols as a signal has been made to the bullpen. We're going to have a pitching change here in the bottom of the ninth inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're listening to Armstrong Atlantic State Baseball. The new pitcher for Southern Indiana is junior right-hander Sean Larson, 6'2", 215 pounds, from Tell City, Indiana, excuse me. He is originally Indiana State signee, pitched last year at John A. Logan Community College in Illinois. The projected closer for the Screaming Eagles comes in to try and keep this a tie ball game, as the go-ahead run is at first with nobody out. And leadoff hitter Michael Price at the plate. Nichols goes 2+ innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, walks 1, strikes out 1. The runner at first is his responsibility. Theroff is way in on the infield grass, as they're expecting Price to bunt. And Larson throws over to first to try and cut down Cardozo-Oquendo's lead. Again, Price 2 for 3 in this ball game. He shows bunts it down the first base line, and the first baseman, Price, will watch it roll foul for strike 1. It was the right idea, but Price could not keep it in fair territory as it rolls foul about halfway down the line. Larson's 0-1 delivery is popped right back to the pitcher, Larson, and Larson will throw to first and double off Cardozo-Oquendo for the double play. Score at 1-3. So just like that, the base runner erased, and Juan Dorado will bat. With the bases empty and 2 out, Dorado 2 for 4 in this game. Takes a pitch down and away for ball 1. Dorado has 4 hits in the doubleheader today. Swings and hits one right to the first baseman, Price, who catches it, and we are headed for extra innings here at Pirate Field. Free baseball on tap. We go to the top of the 10th, all tied at 4. Top of the 10th here at Pirate Field, as Southern Indiana will send Caleb Emke, Alex Theroff, and Chad Bruce to face Brandon McCreary. Here in the top of the 10th, Emke 0 for 3 today with a walk. Takes a first pitch strike from McCreary. It's 0-1. Pirates have what they wanted. Leadoff runner on in the bottom of the 9th, but the bunt double play off the bat of Price killed the inning. McCreary, another strike to Emke, makes it 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from McCreary is down and away. It's 1-2. McCreary has gone 3 innings for the Pirates in relief of Ross Partee. As there is called strike 3, Emke strikes out to start the 10th. And brings up the third baseman Theroff. Theroff 0 for 3 in this game with a walk after collecting a 3-hit game in game number 1. First pitch to him is upstairs for ball 1. Second extra inning game for the Pirates on the young season, as there's a foul back out of play. Pirates went extras last Saturday against Florida Southern, won 8-7 in 11 innings. The 1-1 pitch from Brandon McCreary, off-speed pitch inside, makes it 2-1. Don't see too much off speed from McCreary. That kind of caught everyone by surprise. 2-1 delivery is low, and it's 3-1. Well, McCreary started the 9th inning by getting the leadoff hitter out, walked the pinch hitter, but was able to get out of the situation. 3-1 pitch swung on and grounded to third. Cale will have to hurry the throw, and it actually hits the runner as Davis tried to short hop it. And so the runner is on Theroff on the bad throw by Kenny Cale. And that brings up Chad Bruce, the left fielder, who is 0 for 4 today. It was such a slow roller that I think Cale felt like he had to hurry the throw. He just didn't get enough on it. And it short hopped Joey Davis. It was a good thing that it actually hit the runner, else it would have went past Davis. And Theroff might be standing on second base right now. First pitch from Brandon McCreary to Bruce is a strike. Now the 0-1 pitch is popped foul as Bruce tried to bunt his way on. Again, fans, tomorrow the third game of our 3-game series here at Pirate Field, 11 a.m. First pitch. 0-2 pitch from McCreary is lifted into right field. Pyron plays it perfectly and makes the grab for out number 2. That brings up the catcher, Josh Jarbo, 1 for 4, but his one hit was the leadoff triple in Southern Indiana's 2-run 7th inning. First pitch to him is a strike. Top of the 10th inning, game 2 of our doubleheader. Armstrong Atlantic won game 1, 9-5. Runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second base is not in time. And so Theroff steals second. Pitch was a ball, so it's a 1-1 count. Second stolen base of the game for the normally speedy Screaming Eagles that came into the game averaging nearly 3 stolen bases a game last year. And we're 4th in the nation in that category. Pitch is outside, and it's 2-1 to Jarbo. 4-4 our score. McCreary trying to send it to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 4. 2-1 pitch to Jarbo is a strike, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 delivery from McCreary. Swung on and missed. The ball gets away from Miller. Miller's going to have to throw down to first and is in time to record the strikeout. And that sends us to the bottom of the 10th, all tied at 4. We move to the bottom of the 10th inning. Sean Larson on the hill for Southern Indiana. Came in, got the important double play on the bunt attempt, and he will start the 10th facing Josh Wilson, Kenny Cale, Nick Pyron, as Wilson steps in a pair of doubles in this game. 2 home runs in the first game. And he steps in against Larson, the closer for the Screaming Eagles. First pitch to him is in the dirt for ball 1. Well, the Pirates last weekend 1-1 in the bottom of the 11th inning, 1-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning, as there's a foul back to the screen making it 1-1. So why not win one in the bottom of the 10th, right? Larson working from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch to Wilson is a strike, and it's 1-2. Southern Indiana started our scoring in game number 2 with 2 runs in the second. The Pirates plated 1 in the 6th. Southern Indiana plated 2 in the top of the 7th. Pirates tied it up with 3 in the bottom of the 7th, and that's where we stand as Josh Wilson chases a pitch out of the strike zone and strikes out for out number 1. That brings up Kenny Cale. Cale has had a tough day at the plate. 0 for 5 in game 1, 0 for 4 here in game 2. Swings and hits a looper to third. Barehanding at his throw-off, he throws on to first on a nice play, and there's 2 down. So that brings up Pyron, who was 0 for 4 in this game. Pyron was 1 for 2 in game number 1. Larson's first pitch to him is swung on and grounded in the hole. Backhanded by the shortstop, Fink, but Fink cannot make a throw to first, so it's an infield single for Pyron, and the Pirates have life here in the bottom of the 10th with Derek Miller coming to the plate. Miller's 1 for 4 in this game with an RBI single. Throw over to first, but Pyron back to the bag. Swing and a foul back out of play on Larson's first pitch to Miller at strike one. Sean Larson, the closer for Southern Indiana, making his Screaming Eagle debut. Time is called by Miller before Larson can deliver to the plate. 2 out, 1 on, 0-1 count on the Pirates catcher, senior Derek Miller. Check swing, and Miller went around on the pitch, and so it's 0-2 on Miller. Oh-2 pitch down and away. Runner goes on the delayed steal, and Pyron slides in safely at second. The throw was in plenty of time, but the throw short hopped second. So O'Hare had to wait, catch the ball, and then try and apply the tag to Pyron, and Pyron slid in underneath the tag to steal the base. So it's a 1-2 count on Miller, but the winning run is at second. The pitch from Larson in the dirt, but blocked by Jarbo. It's 2-2. Larson's 2-2 delivery. Swung on and lifted into deep center field. That one is carrying, and that one is gone. A 2-run walk-off home run for Derek Miller, and the Pirates sweep the doubleheader from Southern Indiana, winning Game 1 9-5 and Game 2 6-4. So the Pirates remain unbeaten on this young 2008 season. And Armstrong Atlantic will go into tomorrow looking for a second consecutive 3-game sweep of a top 10 ranked opponent. Southern Indiana comes in and drops first 2 games of the season. Sean Larson takes the loss for the Screaming Eagles. Brandon McCreary is your winner for the Pirates. And we will talk to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch between Armstrong Atlantic State and Southern Indiana. Chad Jackson saying good afternoon from Pirate Field. Armstrong Atlantic wins 2 from Southern Indiana, 9-5 and 6-4.